Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to take another look at Lorne Armstrong's appearance on To Catch a Predator. I guess the day had to come sooner or later where I'd cover him a second time. He's kind of an important predator in our world. So I was going to cover the wiki page, but I think most people would know his story already, and it's very long. I don't want to be just sitting here reading his background for an hour. So if you're not aware of his background, check out the wiki page or any of the dozens of other videos about him, probably even hundreds of videos on him that are on YouTube to figure that out. But right here, we're going to jump right into when he shows up to meet Kayla at the Sting House.
Hey, I'm glad you could come. How are you?
Hey, girl. Like, he doesn't even have the decency to call her by her name. He just has to call her girl.
I'm good, how are you?
Good. How was your drive?
Terrible.
Really? How come?
No, actually it was alright.
And what does he mean terrible? And wouldn't it just be a little bit weird that someone that you supposedly had such good rapport with, like they were basically in love with you, couldn't wait to see you. They were so excited. You finally show up and they just like let you in the door, but then they just immediately walk away, always keeping a considerable distance between you. That should really let you know something's up.
Oh. Well, look, we got these new chairs. You have to sit down.
I have to sit down?
Yeah, look. It's a
She's just pointing, sit the fuck down in that chair and don't get up.
massager
Oh my
chair.
God,
It
look
vibrates
at that.
when you press the buttons.
Look, oh my god.
Yeah, flip the switches.
Which one is it?
You can use either one of them. It tells you there's one for your butt, there's one for your lower back, and there's one.
I wonder if after this, every time Lorne sat in any sort of like vibrating chair or any one of those high end chairs, that he just like has a flashback and he's just like relives his trauma. I hope so.
For your upper back.
I just felt my butt. I think.
You can pretty much tell a difference when you press the button.
Holy, yep, that's my
That
butt.
feels so good, right?
I thought you had blonde hair.
Do you like?
I thought you had a different face too, because you look like a completely different person than the one I've been talking to all this time.
I dyed it by
I think
myself.
it's pretty.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
Where's
Oh
the
my
pizza?
God.
I was waiting to eat because I thought you were bringing some.
I don't want to bring you any pizza.
I don't get that part. Is that like just like a mix up where they told Kayla, okay, he's bringing pizza, but he actually wasn't because they were mixing him up with, maybe they were just having like visions of the future to Jeff Sokol or something. Because yeah, apparently there was no mention of him bringing pizza.
Well, weren't you gonna bring me something?
Well, yes, I was. And I did.
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I did.
So proud of himself for bringing those condoms.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Well, what good are they gonna do in the truck if we're in here?
Well, come on, Casey. It's not like he can't go out and grab things and come back in.
Well,
I mean, in his mind, he's going to be there all night. He can make any number of trips to the vehicle. But of course, for Casey, she's like, "You're not leaving this house unless it's in handcuffs." So it would have been good if you had the condoms here, so Chris could have told you to take him out and put him on the table.
yell at me, why don't you?
It's like every word that comes out of this guy's mouth is ridiculous. And look at him, he's just so happy. He's just like, not a care in the world. This is going to be the greatest day of my life. It's his birthday, and he's finally meeting Kayla. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
I haven't had a kiss yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
You haven't been within like 10 feet of her yet. What are you talking about, a kiss? And she, like how she doesn't even answer. She's like, okay, well.
then what did you want to do?
He just said, come on, Kayla, get with the program.
Well, I want a kiss first.
And then what?
Can I have a kiss first?
I wonder if Kayla, like, not in character, but the real Kayla was just like, or Casey was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, that would probably be so revolting to her.
Well, let's talk first. We just got here.
You're already talking. You're sitting on the edge of the chair and talking.
Would you like me to go out in the truck and get my stuff?
No, it's all right.
No?
Nah, you won't need it.
You don't want your thing right now? Present I gave you?
Well, what is it?
Well, I can't tell you. That wouldn't be much of a present if I...
And the funny thing is, like, he doesn't know he has 4 cameras on him. He doesn't know people are watching this. He doesn't know people are going to be watching it 20 years later. He thinks this is like a private conversation between them. And I'm so glad this was on video. Imagine this conversation happened for real, but it wasn't recorded. It would have been terrible. All our lives would have been vastly different.
Told you.
Well, not really, but in a way.
Well, you can go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit, not as bad as what you thought you would be.
Not as bad, but I still am kind of nervous. I'd rather like talk a little bit first and then like so I'm more comfortable, you know?
That's like cool.
No, it is not, Lorne. Nothing about you is cool or cool.
Good. I'm really glad.
She's probably like, what the fuck was that?
I like seeing you in person.
Yeah, I like seeing you too.
Yeah, she just seems so excited to see you, doesn't she, Lorne? She's like not even comfortable enough to sit in a chair across from you. She's just sitting on the edge so that she can quickly get up and run away if you happen to, make any sudden moves towards her. This is not the sign of someone who's anxious or excited to see you.
Good.
So
This is getting hot. How come?
oh, because press the red button. It's a heater too.
Be funny if, so apparently this chair was on the entire time that he was being confronted by Chris Hansen. That'd be funny if it just kept getting like hotter and hotter and hotter, and he eventually just had like 3rd-degree burns on his ass from it.
You gonna have a seat too?
I like to sit on the edge of chairs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yep, nothing weird about that. I wish they had let this conversation go on for as long as possible. Like just let it go on until he basically gets up or something. Because this would have been funny to hear them just sitting here chatting about bullshit for 45 minutes. I wonder how awkward it would have gotten.
Seem pretty comfortable there.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you
And Lorne's hopes and dreams are forever shattered in this moment.
doing?
What's happening?
Not too much?
Not too much?
And that's part of what it's part of what makes this just so good. It's not like I take pleasure in the suffering of other people, but some people I do, like predators, especially Lorne, is that he was just so happy and excited. Just like his life was finally going the way he wanted. This was just so perfect. He was finally meeting this precious little princess that he'd been grooming for a month. He was just so proud of himself. He finally had everything he wanted. And then it just gets absolutely shattered. This turns from the best day of his life to the worst day of his life in those 2 seconds it took for Chris to walk out there. And from here on in, his life would never be the same. And just realizing that this person that he claimed to be in love with, obviously he wasn't, but this person that he had tricked and groomed and he thought was just head over heels in love with him, didn't even exist. It wasn't even real. It was all a setup, and he wasn't special. There was a whole bunch of idiots they caught with the same ruse. So good. So satisfying to see him just crushed.
You a Boston fan?
Yeah, actually, I don't even watch baseball.
Oh, but it's a Boston cap.
It's a Boston Cap, yeah.
He's probably hoping, I hope this conversation doesn't go anywhere beyond baseball, and I hope that whoever this man is just leaves right now.
So what are you up to tonight?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot?
No.
Maybe I should just make it out of. Someone's probably done it, just edited a video of all his one-liners strung together.
Well, I tell you, for the last several days, you've been up to a lot. You're a pretty prolific chatter there.
It looks like a phone book. And now he's like, oh shit, this strange man is settling into the chair. And he's not sitting on the edge of the chair, he's sitting in the chair. And he's got this massive document that can only be the printed words that I've been saying to this girl for the last month. You're in trouble, Lorne.
You want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
You weren't really...
Oh, bullshit. I've never heard a statement made by a human being that had less certainty behind it. He doesn't even believe his own lies. There is no way. Every predator says that, and some of them, like if you had to pick and choose who was more believable, every one of them is more believable than this guy. This guy went on and on for a month, every day, just every hour of every day, about what he wanted to do. Now he's like, I wasn't going to do anything. Bullshit.
You're going to do it.
We just heard you say you wanted a kiss.
No.
So you brought condoms. What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
A bracelet.
You should have brought her pizza.
And she is how old?
It's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
What does that mean, supposed to be?
And how old are you?
37.
37. You have kids?
today.
37 today. So he just like chose his birthday. This is like a birthday present to himself. He couldn't go out with his karaoke buddies or something for his birthday.
No, unfortunately.
So now every year as he gets 1 year older and celebrates his birthday, it's going to bring back memories of this particular day.
Yeah.
Every time someone's like, "Happy birthday, Lorne," and then he just like covers his ears and crouches down into a ball and just falls on the floor crying.
I've got nieces, though,
Nieces.
that I think the world of.
Yeah, you talk about your nieces in the chat here.
Yeah, I bet you if they're watching this, they're probably like, "Oh, damn it. Why did you talk about us in your stupid chat, Uncle Lorne?"
And you talk about how you like to spoil the nieces and how you would like to...
And the thing is, there's a whole bunch of stories. Like, if you really get into... I'm not a Lorneographer, I guess as people call them. I don't... I've listened to his chat log reading before, but I don't listen to the phone calls, and I watched one kind of documentary on YouTube, so I know a little bit about his past, but I don't know as a lot as many people. But I know that he does not get along with his siblings. There's a bunch of stories about how they treat him so badly and all this stuff. I bet you after this it didn't help. For one, just getting caught on the show, but also for discussing his nieces on the show and in the chat log. I bet you his brothers and sisters were like, "You're never coming around these kids again."
Spoil this 13-year-old girl like you spoil your nieces.
Yeah.
Is this the way you spoil young women?
No.
Now, what's your name?
This is what I was afraid of.
That's not your name. That's what I was afraid of.
What were you afraid of?
Stupid move.
What were you afraid of?
Just because she was a nice girl and
What does that mean? What were you afraid of? Just because she was a nice girl? What? Yeah, that's what you were afraid of?
She was a nice girl. You still haven't told me your name, though.
it's Lorne.
And with that, the world is introduced to Lorne Armstrong.
Lorne what?
Armstrong
Armstrong. And where do you live, Lorne?
in Nashville now.
Nashville. What do you do in Nashville?
He's trying to become a country music star.
Actually, I work at a construction company.
And what do you build?
I just started there last week. I'm building a gym for a church.
A gym for a church. Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Now, besides all this chat here, and we'll go through that in a minute, you also sent
They should just made him read out the entire chat.
a whole bunch of pictures.
Yeah, Lorne was naked constantly on his webcam. And just always wanting her to look.
Now, why would you think that's appropriate?
It's not.
It's not.
He just turns it face down.
Those are all your
Look at it, Lorne. Look at it. Study it.
pictures, right? Is that all you do in your spare time?
No.
What do you mean, no? Look how thick that thing is. You couldn't have that much chat with a person unless you were talking to them non-stop. I'm pretty sure it was the longest chat log in TCAP history. It just dragged on and on. Whenever he wasn't out, he'd come home straight from work and would chat to her non-stop. Unless, when she needed to take a break and she'd have some sort of story in the chat log about going to a party, and then he'd get all jealous that there's going to be other boys there, and like it was the most pathetic thing ever. But he was obsessed with her. He was like obviously grooming her. Like it was terrible. This guy's we laugh at him, but he's a bad guy.
You ever get in trouble like this before?
No, I've never done this before.
You've never done...
And there was like I can't remember exactly how it played out, but he was talking to like other underage girls. And then he went to like meet one at like a county fair or something, but they didn't actually meet. They just they agreed just to show up and look at each other to like prove that they existed or something stupid. And then the two girls like showed up at his trailer one day, but by the time they showed up, they were like 18. But even though he'd been chatting to them since they were like for 2 years previous, there's some story like that. He's always involved in some sort of shady thing. So this might be his first time meeting someone underage, but it's not his first time down this path of chatting with them, that's for sure.
Before. Have you ever met anybody in person who you first met online in a chat room?
No.
This is the first time. So
Yeah.
what made you all of a sudden for the first time get online, chat up with and drive up from Nashville to meet her for sex.
No, I didn't.
Lorne. You send her naked photos. You have an explicit conversation. And you bring condoms. What does that add up to?
I know.
Prison. So apparently, like, if you listen to Wall's, his commentary on this, I'm not sure how he knows it, but apparently this information's out there, that Lorne didn't realize this was a sting yet. He thought that Kayla was real, and just somehow Yahoo reported the chat to the police, and the police called the news, and they came just to expose him. He doesn't realize this is a sting, and he's just one of a bunch of guys getting caught, and that this person he was talking to is not real. So at this moment, does he think that girl that just left the room was really her? I'm not sure what's going through his mind.
At first, you seem like the Good Samaritan, the protector. Don't
Yeah, so many guys do that. They start off with, hey, you shouldn't be on here talking to guys. There's a lot of bad people out here. And then they just switch it around after that to basically prove that they're exactly one of those people.
tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anyone from the internet your last name, okay? Okay, why?
I think part of it also is that they don't want this girl that they're grooming to fall for this trick and talk to anyone else. They want to keep them for themselves. So they're like, hey, there's all these bad guys out there, so don't talk to any other guys except for me. And Lorne was so jealous. He was just jealous of these teenage boys that this girl knew, and it was so pathetic. He's like a 37-year-old man, and he's just jealous of these like teenagers. It was just terrible. But obviously, he didn't have any noble, heroic reasons for doing this. He just wanted the decoy all for himself.
Because there are some real weirdos on here sometimes, and they might try to go looking for you.
This is when Chris was at his peak. He just throws this line out there, and it's a classic.
So don't ever tell them your last name, your address, your phone number, the town you live in, or the school you go to. You're one of those weirdos.
And it's just funny how he's just reading it from the chat, and then he just looks Lorne in the eye before calling him a weirdo.
I mean, was that some kind of a ruse to gain her trust?
No, it wasn't.
It absolutely was.
Wasn't. So how did it go?
Obviously, I care about you because I'm telling you to watch out for other people that are doing the exact same thing as me. He's trying to trick her into thinking that he cares about her because he's warning her about other people, when he's the one that she'd be scared of.
From, hey, be careful, don't give anybody your last name, to, hi, here's some naked pictures of myself and I'm coming over with condoms.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It was all part of his grooming plan. Whether or not like his whole plan was thought out in advance, or if he just naturally just did it because that's the kind of person he is, or if he'd refined this kind of plan over his grooming career, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, though. The fact is that's exactly what he was doing.
Well, you must know something. I mean, help me to understand this.
Come on, Lorne, justify
I
yourself.
don't know
What do
why.
you mean don't know?
I even did.
You don't know why you did it. Well, I think I know why you did it. You did it because you wanted to have sex with a 3-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down
I don't think that.
No, what?
to. Yeah, quit mumbling, Lorne.
I don't think that was it.
You don't think it was it? Well, why don't you help me out? Why don't you tell me what it was then?
Because I wasted 5 years of my life on the internet talking to girls that gained my trust.
So here he launches into the Amanda James story, which is basically just a way to turn the situation around and make it look like he's the one that needs to be pitied. The story makes him just look like a huge loser and an idiot. It doesn't make him look innocent.
And she seemed like somebody I could trust.
You could trust. So when you say you spent 5 years,
Like, how did she seem like someone you could trust? She's just a random person that you met online, you talked to her on the phone, but never met her in person. Lorne has basically been catfished his entire life, both before and after this. Every online relationship he has is a fake one that is just some woman trying to take advantage of him. and he's so stupid to fall for it every time. How could this seem like someone you could trust? If it's someone you trust, wait till you meet them in person and get to know them before trusting them. Don't just trust a random person you're talking to online when you don't even know if they're real.
He's on the internet, what, getting taken advantage of by women? In what way?
In every way.
For instance.
So Lorne's been taken advantage of by women in every way on the internet. So he tries to groom and assault an underage girl because of it. Like, good thinking, Lorne.
I was over in Washington State. That's when I started going on the internet.
When you lived in Washington State, you started going on the internet, and what happened?
I met a girl, she said her name was Amanda James, and she told me that her daughter was her niece.
Yeah, at first I didn't understand that. It's like, what do you mean she told you that her daughter was her niece? I think what he means is that this Amanda James claims she lived with her young niece, but he found out later it was not her niece, it was actually her daughter. Of course, Lorne is too dumb to be able to tell a story that makes any shred of sense, so it's a little bit hard to understand.
She was watching her niece. Well, she actually had custody of her niece.
And then?
No.
And like, what does it matter if it's her daughter or her niece? What does that have to do with your relationship with her? And what does it have to do with what you're caught here doing? These are just useless details that make no sense.
3 years later, I moved back to Maine just to be close to her because she lived in Pennsylvania, and I didn't.
And yeah, like, what does that mean? Like, if you wanted to be closer to her, why wouldn't you move to Pennsylvania? You might even move to the same town she lived in so that you could see her on a regular basis. Instead, you just move to some other state that's perhaps on the same side of the country, but is not really that close. It's still like a long fucking drive. So what the hell, like moving to Maine because she's in Pennsylvania and you want to be closer to her? If you want to be closer to her, like is Laura just afraid of like real relationships where people actually sometimes are in the same room together, except for this very day? Because all his relationships, like he said, he was talking to Amanda James for 5 years. 5 years he had a relationship with a woman that he never once was ever intimate with or ever saw in real life. How could he think that's a real relationship? And then he's like, you know what? Things are getting so serious with this girl. And people are like, oh, you're gonna move in with her? No, I'm just gonna move to another state that's like 6 states away or whatever. It's still a far enough distance that's not close. Like, he's an idiot. I don't like, this man is an enigma.
I didn't date anyone. I didn't see anyone because of her.
All right, so what happened?
I got back to Maine and I was talking to her on the phone, and she, my sister wanted to say hi to her, and my sister had been on.
I bet you that her sister and probably all his siblings suspected something right off the bat. When Lauren's like, yeah, I have this girlfriend. We're in a pretty serious relationship. We've been talking online for 5 years now. She lives in Pennsylvania. And they're like, okay, can I talk to her? They're like, something's wrong here. No one in their right mind would date Lorne.
The internet for a couple of years, and she was able to read people pretty good.
And I don't think you need to read people pretty good to be able to figure out that this is bullshit.
And what happened?
And she got on the phone with her, and she, after she got off the phone, she was only on the phone with her for about 2 minutes, and she got off the phone with her and told me that she wasn't real.
She wasn't real.
And just the fact that Lauren's sister was able to talk to this person for 2 minutes and completely realize that it's fake. I wonder how that conversation went. I'd love to hear that phone call. It's just like, Lorne, your girlfriend doesn't exist. You've wasted the last 5 years on a catfish.
Real.
She told me she was lying to me, and she'd been lying to me all along.
Did you ever meet this woman?
So you figure, okay, you got to be really stupid to fall for this, but it happens. You figured Lorne would learn his lesson, excluding what he's doing here today, which is really, really horrible, but it's kind of the same thing. He thought he had a real life relationship with someone he met online. It turned out to be completely fake. Of course, this one wound up with him in prison instead of just getting tricked. But you figure he would learn his lesson, but he didn't. This has happened twice now. He went to prison, got out of prison, and people continued catfishing him. He just he never learns. He doesn't learn from his actions.
You send her money?
Sent her money. I sent her.
Like, how much money could he have sent her? Lorne was always broke. He even complained he barely had enough gas money to drive to this location. So, like, how much money could he really be sending her?
All kinds of Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. things.
I bet you those Dale Earnhardt things went straight on eBay.
Dale.
The race car driver.
Yeah.
And so because you got taken advantage by a couple of women on the internet, you thought it was okay to take advantage of a 13-year-old girl on the internet.
No, I didn't.
Exactly. What was the point of that whole story? That doesn't explain why you're here. That'd be like getting caught robbing a convenience store, and then when you're caught, you just launch into a story about how someone stole your wallet and ran away one time. It's like, how does that justify what you're here doing?
You didn't.
No.
I'm very happy that you talked to me before talking to anyone else, though. This way, you'll be safe.
That's what I meant too. I don't know how.
You don't know how what?
I don't know how let it lead to this.
Well, here,
And by led to this, I think he means everything was going so well, and this is not going the way I wanted. I didn't think I was going to get caught. So when he says, I didn't think it'd lead to this, I think he means being confronted.
here, let me take you down the road. This is how it went. You started with this, and then it goes to, so this is as thick as a telephone book, by the way, this chat. You started
I
chatting
love how he just has to point that out.
with her when? Last month? So you,
We've caught a lot of guys in these stings, Lorne, but most of them don't write as much as you did. They should have. I wish Chris had said that. You do realize that all the stuff you were talking to was not a real person. Well, it was a fake. It was a person that worked for Perverted Justice. It was not a young girl. This was someone whose sole job from the beginning was to catch you. The entire time you were talking, exposing yourself, saying all this stuff to her, it was just someone trying to trick you into showing up to get arrested. It was not real. No one ever loved you.
I've been chatting with this young woman for a month. And so it starts with you being the protective older brother type. And we flip through dozens and dozens of pages here. And ultimately, it builds into a very sexually
It didn't really build into it. It was pretty much like the first day. He started off, dipping his toe in the water and saying he was a protector and you getting to know her kind of stuff, but it was almost instantly. It was very quickly it got into the graphic stuff.
explicit conversation, right? I wish I were you right now.
I like how in that top left, the cameraman's just zooming in on Lorne right as Chris said that line.
You tell her to delete her archives after we
Guess what, Lorne? No matter how many times you reminded her to delete her archives, she never once did it.
stop talking again, okay?
Every word you said is now in public record.
Why did you want her to delete her archives? Help me out.
Answer, Lorne.
Warren,
You didn't want to get in trouble.
I didn't want her.
He's trying to say he didn't want her to get in trouble. What would she have to be in trouble for? Underage people don't get in trouble for having creepy old men prey on them. It's the old men that get in trouble.
To get in trouble by her parents.
He was thinking only of her. He wasn't thinking of himself and the potential of getting caught and exposed. Yeah, bullshit, Lorne.
I mean, this goes on and on and on. Do you think naughty thoughts about me before you go to sleep? You talk about
Yeah, like so much of what he said too was just him, like trying to get her to like stroke his ego. It's like, are you thinking about me? Like, oh, you must really love me. All that kind of stuff. Like, it was so pathetic.
getting married to her. Getting married. She's 13.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure that she could never ever leave. If they just dated, she could always change her mind later. So he's like, you have to agree to marry me right now. We've only been talking for a month, and you're underage, and I'm 37. But you have to agree to get married to me at some point, just so that like you're mine forever. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to trap her in this situation that she couldn't get out of, so that he could dominate her. That's all he wanted. Now he's just sitting here sobbing like some kind of pathetic figure when it was like he's obviously the predator in this situation and one of the worst.
And then when she,
Huh?
and then when she was 18,
Whoa. What do you mean she was 18?
so I meant when she was 18.
You were going to marry her when she turned 18. But you're just going to have sex with her from the ages of 15 to...
Yeah, exactly. There's no way he's waiting 5 years for her to turn 18 before he's going to touch her. There's no way in hell he would do that.
to 18 then. Are you excited about me or my penis?
There's so many good lines there. I'm glad Chris gets a couple of them, but there was a lot. They should have. Too bad they didn't have more time. They could have just highlighted every good line and then just read them right in front of Lorne, or better yet, have him read them himself.
Did you bring anything else with you tonight?
Like what?
Like anything.
Like anything?
Nope.
Food, alcohol?
Nope.
So just the bracelet and the condoms? Nothing else?
People say he bought the bracelet at Walmart. I'm not sure if that's true, but I kind of believe it. He probably just spent so much time picking out the right one, but he also didn't want to spend a lot of money at it, so he was just so proud of himself that he just found the cheapest piece of crap he possibly could. But he just wanted to pick out one that she'd be impressed by. And he was probably just imagining the whole drive there of how happy and excited she was going to be when he gave it to her. And then he's like, "Do you want me to go out to the truck and get your bracelet?" And she's like, "Nah, that's fine."
What do you think ought to happen to you? Oh, here.
You need to go to prison for 5 years, Lorne. Oh, we got a good line coming up here. This is the moment of truth.
Here's a good one. Is Miss Vagina thinking about Mr. P?
Why the hell would you say that to anyone? What an idiot. Like, he thinks that's... Like, what world do you live in where that's something that you should ever come out of your mouth or your fingertips on the keyboard?
What is she thinking? What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that, Lorne?
What do you think ought to happen to you?
Oh, he's just so sad.
Help me out.
I think I should go to counseling to get off the internet.
You should go to counseling and get off the internet.
I don't think the internet is the problem. People use the internet all the time and use it appropriately. You can do a lot of stuff on the internet that's not going to wind you up in jail, and it doesn't make you a predator and doesn't make people hate you for doing. The problem is that you're a predator who seeks out underage people to do this kind of thing to. Even if you didn't have access to the internet, doesn't mean all of a sudden you're safe. You're a safe person to be around. You would find a way to do it. You would either find a way to access the internet without people knowing, or you would just generally be a danger to any young person around you. So I don't think getting off the internet would help.
Did you ever say to yourself, hey man, I got a problem here?
No, because I never thought I did.
You never thought you did. Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem?
So this is what it takes This is what it takes to let Lorne know that there's a problem, is being exposed on national television and basically becoming a mini celebrity in our world. Not even mini. He's probably the most famous predator there is in the whole TCAP universe. And that's what it took for him to be like, maybe this is becoming a problem in my life.
What are you going to do about it?
I gotta do something. I can't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, you don't really have to do anything, Lorne. I think the legal system will take care of that. They'll send you off to prison.
Well, do you ever watch television much? You ever watch a program called Dateline NBC?
I like Chris's delivery of his you're letting them know who they are. This is one of the best.
Well, there's something I got to tell you.
I like how he's like stands up, turns around to face him, and then just delivers it, just destroying Lorne's life forever.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on our
Cawd.
Oh,
Now you're
Cawd.
free to walk out of this house right now.
And with that word, with that response, he made himself a legend.
But if there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to say it.
Now you're walking away, Lorne. I bet you this whole date tonight didn't go quite the way you wanted.
Sheriff's office down! Get down!
The camera people are like, run! Get him! Get him! We gotta film him on the ground.
Put your hands on your back!
All right, well, that's it for the Lorne Armstrong confrontation. I've done his interrogation before. It's not that interesting, but I'm kind of starting to do them all over again, so I might do it again if people are interested. So yeah, let me know if there's any predators you want me to cover, if there's any I missed, or if there's any you want me to cover a second time, and I'll try to get to them. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.